Hi. So I'm going to do an update on my intermittent fasting kind of experience. Been doing it about 11 months so far, and it's been pretty good. So I put together a couple of slides actually to help guide me through giving an update on my own personal experience with the whole process. So let's go right away here. I got, boom, intermittent fasting. How's it been going with me? Here. So what is it? Intermittent fasting is to not eat, which means fast, for a certain amount of time, which kind of means intermittent. That's where the name comes from. So common IF or intermittent fasting schedules are 16-8. So that means people eat from about noon to 8 p.m. or any other kind of slot of 8 hours straight in a day that they want to set up for themselves. So that's kind of considered the easy or how to kind of get into intermittent fasting, kind of the way it's kind of been known lately. A more medium kind of difficulty level is the 18-6. So that'd be an example of not eating anything in the morning, no lunch, and then only starting to eat at about 2 p.m. and then cutting off at 8 p.m. So that's about medium. And then there's 24, which is basically not eating for 20 hours and then allowing yourself to eat for 4 straight hours. So usually that's done between 4 and 8 p.m. where you actually eat, and the rest of the time, nothing else. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been doing the 24, but I actually start eating from 5 p.m. and I usually cut off about 8:30, 9 p.m. Myself. So moving on here. Yeah, intermittent fasting, you can eat whatever foods you already love. Okay, go nuts on the bread, nuts on the pasta, even some fast food, not too bad. Go ahead, no one's stopping you. Meat, veggies, whatever you enjoy eating, you don't have to cut back on your diet at all. At all. You know, it's good to eat healthy. I recommend eating healthy. I have been eating healthier now than I have in the past. But when I started this intermittent fasting thing, I threw it all out the window. I went to fast food as much as I wanted, and it still worked. It didn't work as nicely as it does when you're eating healthier, but it still actually worked. Just the health benefits, a little bit of weight loss, but I'll get into that. It's been really good, okay? But I want to say that I have been staying away from all pop and soda, sugary drinks. And I've been doing that for about a year plus now, and that's been really good on its own. But that being said, during my window, I will have a pop or soda once in a blue moon. Okay, I'll put sugar into my coffee during my window. Okay, but of course, outside of it, strict water, black coffee only, pretty diluted. So yeah, intermittent fasting triggers your own body's immune and other biological systems to repair and heal during the fast or the time of hunger. So that's apparently what happens. I'm not a biologist, nutritionist, scientist of any kind. I'm just a guy who watched a podcast and got into this and really enjoyed it. So I just thought I'd share my progress, but that's the way I kind of understood it. So like when you're feeling that hunger and like the rumbles in your stomach, that's actually a sign that your body is in kind of fight or flight mode a little bit, and it's triggering everything to kind of repair itself. Apparently stem cells get released, growth hormones get released naturally in your body. All these great things happen to kind of restore, flush, and get yourself repaired because your body is stressing. It's got no food, right? Makes sense to me, right? Oh yeah, and I lost 45 pounds since I started this. 11 months ago, no crazy exercise. I mean, I went on 2 jogs in the last 11 months for about 10K each. But I did that because I like running a little bit, but I haven't ran in years. In the last 11 months, I ran twice, okay? But this weight was an accident. I lost it. I mean, I got into this for health reasons. And I was shocked to see the stuff coming off. I never thought I was overweight. I didn't. I mean, look, here's me before, and here's me after. So this was taken yesterday, and this was taken last year. Notice this area. in that area. I just thought this was part of getting old. You know, I'm in my late 30s now. I thought this is just what it means to get old. But, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, right? Check that out. I mean, I'm even starting to get these six-pack things coming in. I don't even know where that's coming from. I have no idea. And that's me wearing the same shirt a year and a half before. Look at that. Night and day difference, right? Like, it's really cool. So I just wanted to share that. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, so after 11 months here, I've been tracking my weight using the Nintendo Wii Fit scale. And I started about here at 90 kilos. This is the end of January. When I started tracking with this Nintendo thing, I actually was around 95 kilos in early January, late December. That's when I actually started measuring myself, but I started this intermittent fast like right at the start of January. So, so yeah, 94, 95 kilos, that's about 206, 207 pounds. That's where I started. And then you can see here, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, all the way to December, which is a couple of days ago, December 11th. I went from 94 kilos to 73.4 kilos, which is from 207 pounds all the way down to 162 pounds, 45 pounds. No exercise. I went on an all-inclusive vacation here. I had all-you-can-eat dinner 3 times a day, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I gorged. I gorge every time at 5 p.m. I eat till I'm pretty full. Even though you're not supposed to, I still do. And it still was shedding off. And then what's interesting here, in about August, September, it started leveling off by itself. Just by itself. I didn't change my diet. I didn't change what I'm eating. I didn't change my intermittent fast schedule whatsoever. But my body naturally leveled itself off, which just so happens to be the normal line that the Nintendo Wii system thinks is normal for my height, which is 6'2". That's apparently the natural recommended weight that I'm supposed to be at, which is about 73 kilos, and my body naturally just set itself to that weight. And it's been like that ever since. I'm still eating the same stuff during the same window, and I'm at just this natural, good established weight. Because I will tell you the truth, when I was going here, I didn't know where it was stopping. I did consult with my doctor once, just asked the question, hey, is everything good? Doctor said okay. Because I started getting a little concerned. Am I losing too much weight? Oh my goodness, right? But it leveled itself off naturally, and it made me believe in this system that much more. I mean, that's a pretty cool result. So my body basically regulated itself, right? So why I decided to start and try intermittent fasting, it all started with me watching this episode here. Joe Rogan had Dr. David Sinclair on, episode 1, 2, 3, 4. I encourage everyone to watch it. Changed my life. It's really good. They go over all the details of who David is and his research, and I talk about it a little bit here. Yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, David Sinclair, I listened to him talk about the theory that a human person can live to 200 years old. That's what intrigued me. He said the human body can live for not only 100 years, 200, 3, even beyond. There's no reason why their new research shows why we should be dying off when we are. He says aging itself should be considered as a disease. And not just, I never thought about it that way. And the more I thought about it, the more I listened to some other stuff he wrote, and others are talking about longevity these days. It just, a bunch of aha stuff came over. He suggests that it may be possible to even go hundreds of years more than that. Yeah, so pretty wild, right? Let's see here. So David Sinclair has been studying the mechanics of aging for his entire career. I think he started in the late 90s, if I'm right. I think he's actually 50 himself, 50 something, 51 or 52. Anyway, 30 years later, his research now is revolutionizing the scientific community's view and approach to biology, from what I understand. But with their discoveries, everyone's just realigning how they're healing the body. 2020 to 2030 is just going to be a new revolution, from what I understand, in how we operate and treat our bodies and everything to do with them. Doctors, nutritionists, everyone. So I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of the game, but it's really cool stuff. So from what he said, and from what I understood, boiled down to the most basic discovery in his lab, he said that stressing the body is good. He says that intermittent fasting causes your body's mechanism to heal themselves. So this intermittent fast causes your internal mechanisms to be stressed, and it causes them to release these proteins and molecules to trigger the healing mechanisms that are built in already in each and every one of us. Pretty cool. So how do I go about it? What I do personally is each day and every day I do not eat at all, nothing, until 5 p.m. And I then stop 4 hours later, about 8:30ish, 9 p.m. And that means no snacks, not even healthy ones, okay? Not even a carrot stick, not even a single one, not even a single peanut, no celery, no food at all until 5 p.m. Then I don't eat after about 8 or 9. So, and it's very important, the way I understood it and the way I kind of believe and realized it, is that any minimal calorie that you take during the day, whether it's a single peanut, anything, that calorie will stop your body from being stressed because it thinks, oh, hey, there's a little bit of food coming. Okay, I'm good. Even if it's just a tiny little bit, even if it's right in the middle, it will break the cycle. Even if you're not eating a ketogenic diet, if you're doing a fast for 20 hours and then eating for 4, even though during that 4 you might be eating lots of carbs and stuff, your body will still, from what I understand, go into a ketogenic state all on its own because of the long fast. So you can get the benefits of keto, quote unquote, without having a keto diet. Just by having this extended fast, your ketones in your body do their thing where they start burning your fat stores within your body instead of burning what's in your belly. It's really interesting stuff. I encourage you guys to watch that episode on JRE. Really good. So only water or black diluted coffee is what I take during the day. I drink a lot of water. I must admit, I drink a ton of water, and I drink maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, and I dilute them quite a bit. It's kind of harsh drinking just coffee on an empty stomach, and I find diluted coffee, I don't mind it too much. It's not the best, but it gets you by. It gets you by during the day. No sugar, no cream or milk, obviously, right? So having a bit, oh yeah, I touch on this point again here. Having a bit, even 1 peanut can break your body's healing mechanism from the fast, and you don't want to do that. So what else do I got here? So when it's time to eat at 5 p.m. each day, whatever it happens to be that I'm eating, it tastes like the best thing I've ever had. And that's the truth. Because come 5 o'clock, when you haven't eaten all day, anything you can get your hands on tastes delicious. So I'm quite a popular guy if I go to a guest house and they serve a meal and I haven't eaten all day. I'll be asking for seconds and thirds, that's for sure. That's just a snap of what I had for dinner yesterday. I do put together pretty green bowls these days. Lots of raw broccoli mixed a little bit with cooked broccoli, raw spinach with cooked spinach, a lot of 99% raw chocolate, quinoa. I got some eggplant mixes, some red pepper vegetable spreads, and lots of hummus too. And I've been putting these bowls together, and I'll throw up a couple of videos in the coming weeks too of some of my bowls that I've been doing. But and that's it. And it's my update so far. I'll share how it continues to go, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't think I'll stop. I think that goal of hitting 200, 300 years is right on track.